Being early to the next big trend in crypto requires patience. But when you're right, that patience pays off massively. I found a little over a handful of altcoins that I believe will go on a crazy run in 2025. And no, they're not AI, they're not meme coins, they're not AI agents, but it's a different category completely. All of those have already gone on massive runs. They still will run, but this is getting there before these massive runs. And if your goal is to make massive gains, you need to ask yourself, what's next? Find the lagging sectors that have big potential and take a position there. And of course, it's important to do your research and find who you think the top performers in those sectors will be. One sector in particular is already disrupting a $1 trillion industry and replacing services you're already using daily, like internet, cell phone, even your GPS. Today, my friends, I'm going to tell you why DePIN is going to be one of the biggest sectors in 2025. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be showing you my favorite DePIN projects, and I think most of them are still very undervalued. So you're getting early alpha here. So guys, if that sounds good to you, do us a favor. You have to do, destroy the like button, subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, guys, let's get into it. We'll start off here with something from Hacker Noon, talking about decentralized physical infrastructure, or DePIN, is reshaping how we think about infrastructure ownership coordination in the 21st century. DePIN projects bring a new approach to resource coordination by decentralizing key elements of infrastructure across 3 domains: human resources, machine resources, and physical infrastructure. While estimates of the total number and combined market cap of DePIN projects vary, the data suggests over 1,000 projects exist within the DePIN space, with the top 100 projects boasting a combined market cap of 40 billion. This number is predicted to grow even further as we enter an accelerationist era where demand for infrastructure, like GPUs, for training artificial intelligence and others, will grow massively. So there's your high-end overview of what is DePIN. It's just essentially decentralizing a lot of things that maybe before were done by in a centralized fashion, like a data center, for example, when people want to do mapping, so mapping coordinates or something like that, or mapping maps, for example, these kind of things. Cell phone networks. DePIN aims to build real-world infrastructure with blockchain to support hardware. It rewards users with tokens for their work. Let's look at where the best profits are. Essentially, it's a flywheel, guys. So, it kind of has that cold start problem. Once you get the infrastructure going, it becomes valuable because for people to build things and use your DePIN, there must be sufficient resources there to be able to provide that resource for whatever you need, whether it's compute or whether it's antennas or whatever. And so the more people that are providing that infrastructure, the more appealing it becomes to people building applications. The more applications that are being built there, the more service providers come because the applications will pay the service providers. So the more money is being made on the network, the more it incentivizes more people to come and provide those services. And then, of course, the value of the token goes up and it goes around and around. Now, funny thing is, Vitalik posted 10 months ago, he says, what are the DePIN projects that people think are most likely to actually work? It feels like the category is a new name for something that's been around for a decade: storage. I was an early investor in storage. It didn't really work out. Various decentralized Ubers, which haven't worked out either, not yet, but has never gotten off the ground. So what's the bull case and why hasn't it got off the ground yet? Well, Vitalik, it's probably not going to be built on Ethereum layer 1, that's for sure, because gas fees are way too much. So as Naval says over here, very important, guys, you get paid for being right first. And to be first, you can't wait for consensus. Meaning though, guys, you have to take a bet on something that you have some sort of conviction on why you think this thing will become popular and a fad and become a narrative that people are talking about a lot. You need to have that conviction and idea and place your bets before everyone else agrees that it's now a trend. And if you do, you'll make enormous gains in life. DePIN is one of the most exciting areas in crypto right now. Great progress being made across decentralized wireless, mapping, energy, and more. As you guys can see from the charts over here, you have everything is up and to the right for DePIN, utility, usage, revenue, everything like that. And you can see it really, really exploded in 2024, and people realize, oh my God, this is going to be so necessary as the need for AI compute has become enormous. AI compute, energy, not only that, but also labeling and stuff like that too. Decentralized labeling for AI and stuff like that. So memes are fun, and all but it's time to accelerate the adoption of non-speculative crypto use cases, stablecoins, DePIN, and DeFi. The tech is ready. And that's kind of the thing, guys. Like, we haven't really had massively adopted tech in crypto yet. So everyone kind of just thinks it's a joke and a meme and stuff like that. And people are speculating and making money on that way. But like, there will be protocols that disrupt incumbent systems like Uber's or whatever. And they will be probably valued at $1 trillion protocols that service the globe and won't have any centralized company running it. It'll be a complete game changer. That's why I love the idea of decentralized applications, dApps, and really evolving and being useful. Talks over here says passive income, real world use case, visibility, storytelling, need for token to distribute hardware, plus compete with incumbents, and added benefit of only thing outside of majors and memes, mainstream media, and crypto adjacent tech people will actually write and talk about because it's rational, he says. So Hitesh over here says, DePIN narratives will go viral like memes at some point in the future. And if you're not ready for it, a regular smartphone has over 10 sensors installed, which can be used to collect scarce data. Here are some smartphone sensors you should know about. A barometer records air pressure readings and weather trends. Microphone captures background noise levels. GPS tracks location history, including longitude, latitude, and altitude. Data collected through smartphone sensors is valuable for companies and developers building products that leverage this data through deep learning models. In the near future, you'll see a major influx of new DePIN projects leveraging these mobile sensors to collect data for monetization. Millions of people will run these networks on their mobile phones because it will be easy to do and it will offer the hope of earning regular passive income. That's really important, ladies and gentlemen. L1s for DePIN, like Peaq and Koii, could play the same foundational role DePIN networks that virtual protocols has done for AI agents. That's really important. So people can run these tasks or whatever on their mobile phone, their computer, and just get paid for extra storage space on your computer or extra compute, all these kind of things. And you can just allocate some resources to the network and you get paid passive income on a perpetual basis. It's pretty awesome, especially think about it for people who really, really need some extra spare cash. You already have these things laying around. You might as well get paid for it. If pump alone is not convincing, consider Solana's 9 application unicorns. Notably, 4 of these unicorns, Helium Render, IONET, and Grass, are non-financial applications in the DePIN sector, which may have the most potential for a real-world impact in the near future. Those are all in Solana, Helium Render, IONET, and Grass, being some of the more popular current DeFi platforms, all doing really well. Solana DePIN is particularly exciting, given its potential to transcend the circularity of most applications in the crypto economy and deliver tangible real-world value. This creates substantial opportunity for Solana, given Ethereum has comparatively weak presence in the sector. Not only Solana for sure, but as we know, Solana's getting a little crowded. So some of these Solana competitors, like Peaq or Koii, for example, these other layer ones built specifically for DePIN, have a really good chance, in my opinion. We'll talk about those in a little bit. So you can see top DePIN coins by market cap as we go through. If you guys want an idea, you can just go over on CoinGecko. So first, what we're going to talk about today is Peaq. Now Peaq is doing phenomenal. We were an investor, so MV was my fund. We did invest in Peaq in the seed round. Did phenomenally well for us. It launched like a couple months ago. Still holding up pretty well on the price, but still has huge, massive potential upside, guys. And you do have like a pretty good correction, maybe 50% from all-time highs. Let's see, what is it? 51%. And Peaq, we'll talk about that a little bit, what it is, but still extremely bullish on it. So Peaq is a layer 1, specifically designed for DePIN projects. Unfortunately, the existing set of L1s present a number of issues that limit the growth of these underlying networks. DePINs have specific needs the current set of incumbents cannot service. The huge inflow of data and transactions is primarily required for millions or even billions of events. Where Peaq differentiates is building for the age of sensors. The platform enables multi-chain self-sovereign machine IDs. These IDs act as an on-chain passport for machines. With these IDs, users can create unique self-sovereign ID for vehicles, machines, robots, and devices to enable their secure interactions with the DePIN and from DePIN to DePIN. So Peaq is layer 1 for DePIN, and basically a bunch of people are building on it. We'll talk about that in just a second. But they've got 250,000 chains running, or machines running right now on Peaq. Look at this. This is what you want to see from charts up and to the right. Very, very bullish data here. And this is the website. You can go scroll. It's peaq.network, Peaq.network. You can see DePIN use cases down here. If you want to learn more about DePIN, the website here is a really good thing. You can see land, sea, sky, space, all these different use cases for DePIN. And because Peaq is infrastructure, all the applications of people building in all of these categories can use Peaq as the underlying infrastructure for their dApps. Peaq is being compared to Solana for a reason. Mazari Crypto reported DePIN is a $3.5 trillion market. Peaq is at the forefront as multiple businesses make the migration. Peaq is crushing, guys. Huge news for Peaq that just announced their DePIN Enterprise program. Let me elaborate for the people of the US to grasp how huge this is. And you can see this as their announcement down here. These people are all now using Peaq. Bosch, huge company, right? Made almost $100 billion in revenue in 2022. Deutsche Telekom, the leading telecom and parent of T-Mobile, revenue in 2022 was $122 billion. The Technische University München, approximately $2 billion annual budget, ranked 12th worldwide for interdisciplinary research. Lufthansa, $35 billion in revenue. It's the German airline. And then Bertelsmann Investments. I don't know. They did revenue of $22 billion. So huge, massive companies starting to use Peaq right now. That's what real adoption looks like, ladies and gentlemen. And a bunch of great investors, including us, MV Global over here. Fantastic. And you can see the unlocks start to happen in February, but it's a pretty slow growth. I mean, the unlocks happen all the way to 2028, so the next 5 years. And we're coming up in a bull market, so I wouldn't be too concerned as these unlocks are linear. Sure, people will take profit, but I think that my bet is that the DePIN sector will explode. It will offset some of these sell pressures from investors. Okay, guys, the next one is Koii. So Koii, Koii.network. We launched them on paid network. If you watch this channel a lot, I did the interview with the founder, Alex, and one of the best projects out there. I'm an advisor. It's also a layer 1 built specifically for DePIN. So, a lot of people, like we just said, are using Solana right now for DePIN. And what these guys did 4 years ago is they actually forked Solana and modified the chain for DePIN specifically and built a ton of crazy stuff on there. And essentially, it's also backward compatible with all things on Solana. So all the SLP20 tokens can be bridged over there. So all your WIF and everything else, all your agents can easily be bridged over to Koii. I think there's a bridge coming very, very soon. Hopefully there's integration with Phantom Wallet, but not yet. And also all of the updates and upgrades that are made to Solana work on Koii as well. So Fire Dancer will be able to be used on Koii. But Koii will have cheaper transaction fees and actually a little bit faster than Solana, as well as they modified it quite a bit. And also you can come over and you can earn Koii by running nodes. Just like almost all DePIN, if you run a node or you support the services on the infrastructure, you can earn crypto, right? You can earn Koii, and on Koii you can also earn. They also have like a pump fund thing on Koii as well. So you can also earn tokens from all the projects launching on Koii as well, just by running a node. It's pretty impressive stuff. So Koii made a post over here. Here's Al. Everyone has a computer, but 100,000 people found a way to make it work for them. Join the decentralized revolution and earn passive income by sharing devices' power. So there's 100,000 people running nodes right now on Koii. Pretty damn impressive. And as you guys can see, we launched them on paid network over here. And it's up, I think it's about like, it was 0.002 cents. So it's up 3x from the launch on paid network. Congratulations, guys. Very, very nice. I expect tons more upside, me personally. And I think Koii has so much upside. I mean, it's a smaller team, but DePIN, it could crush. And what they're building over there, I know I spent a lot of time with Al, the founder. And look at this valuation and market cap compared to Grass, for example. So Grass is kind of something you can compare it to, or Peaq, for example. Grass is at like 500 market cap, 2 billion fully diluted. Peaq is at 240 million market cap and 1.5 fully diluted. And then you have Koii over here at only 3.5 million market cap. And the FDV is actually half of this. It's like 61 million because Coin market cap is using the max supply versus total supply to count FDV. So this thing has tons of upside to go, in my opinion. 3.5 is crazy market cap. And they have long vesting schedules, really serious team. Very, very bullish on Koii. Probably one of my favorite projects in the space. Silencio, what's also really cool. Oh, by the way, guys, we've invested in everything I've talked about so far and most of the projects that we're going to talk about today, but not all of them. So Silencio is really cool as well. When I first got pitched by them, they're solving a problem I didn't even know existed or was possible to solve. But it's basically this kind of this noise issue, they're building a map, and if you could run Silencio app on your phone, and in the background, the microphone is going to be picking up the decibels. So it's not able to pick up the actual speech that you're talking about, but it just has a little noise gauge and can gauge how loud something is and report that back to Silencio network. And then it plots it on a map, and it shows you all over the globe how loud it is in certain places. So if you've ever rented like an Airbnb before, or you want to go to a nice restaurant and sit outside or something, and the noise is so bad, or you're thinking about moving to a new city, but you don't know what neighborhood to go into, you don't want to be in the loud one. Well, Silencio fixes all those problems. And so backed by a bunch, mastered by us as well. They partnered with Peaq. It's really, really cool. It's such a really, really cool. The team background is amazing. That's why we invested in them. We're very, very bullish on it. All these dots you can see are people who have actually, running the app and submitting data. It's amazing. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, I haven't seen this since we invested, and it's like exploding. If you want to follow them for more updates, guys, you can go to @Silencio Network. And they're also building on Peaq as well, guys. Very, very cool. And if you want to earn money, go get the app. Go get the app and run it. It's on the Google and Play Store. And check it out for yourself. It's a good way to do due diligence. Check it out, see if it's useful. It's really, really cool. And you can earn Silencio tokens by doing it. And it launches tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So Silencio launches tomorrow. Pay attention to it. Be careful on the launch. Like I usually suggest that you don't FOMO or ape launches, but like check it out, and maybe like 24 hours after it launches and it finds kind of more stable price discovery, then maybe you want to get yourself a bag, because likely it's going much, much higher, but no financial advice here. So this is a crazy statistic. Silencio achieves $112 million in allocation requests, setting a new standard for DePIN. So they're doing this public raise, and people have to submit the request, and apparently it's $112 million in allocation requests. Totally crazy. All right, guys, and the next one is World Mobile. World Mobile is really, really cool. I met one of the founders when I was in Singapore a couple of years ago. My friend Coach K is a huge advocate for this project, and they're essentially rebuilding a mobile network, which is insane. I mean, I've always known the mobile networks to be dominated by huge conglomerate telecom companies like T-Mobile, Verizon, and whatnot, but they're actually doing some really cool technology that they're able to essentially get you Wi-Fi worldwide for cheaper and in rural areas where cell phone signal doesn't even exist. It's really cool. They're doing SIM cards that you can put in your phone. They have a partnership, I believe, somewhere it talks about this. I don't know if I can't really say much other than this will give you a hint here. And then another company ran by the same guy. Or maybe it's the same company, I don't know. With a partnership with World Mobile. So very, 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 very bullish. Alt season is underway, and some of the narratives I'm bullish on are AI, DePIN, and RWA. And on the DePIN narrative, I'm specifically bullish on World Mobile token. World Mobile is rewriting the playbook for DePIN, capturing more and more attention in US and Europe. It's got real tech plus real utility plus real world impact. All-time high daily active users nearly every month is 500,000 a day, which is crazy. Starlink says World Mobile token enhances their tech. So Starlink is using World Mobile as well. Connectivity in disaster zones, rural areas, anywhere. And these are just some of the few highlights from them recently. Besides all that, World Mobile is just sharing bullish announcements all the time. Recently, they just released a documentary showcasing how they're making a difference on chain, but also in real life. That's so super cool. I'd love to see a documentary, but check it out. Sounds awesome. And something you can kind of compare it to that was popular like last bull run was Helium. Helium went to an all-time high market cap. Look at this crazy all-time high market cap of over 5 billion, way higher fully diluted. And World Mobile right now is only at a 643 million fully diluted, 158 million market cap, and Helium went to 5 billion, so like 40x still to get to what Helium did. And I think that World Mobile is likely to do that this bull run. Of course, not financial advice. The next one, guys, is Chirp. Chirp is really cool too. It's a DePIN ecosystem that powers RWA. Keep in mind, everything we've talked about so far, I have been an investor in as well. So that's important to understand. But of course, guys, like I tell you all the time, I'm not going to come in here and talk about coins and tokens that like I don't have skin in the game and that I don't know about them, right? That would not be, in my opinion, a very smart idea. So RWA exchanges enormous amounts of data. Chirp enables devices and sensors from various manufacturers and radio technologies to communicate with each other, the internet, and the blockchain. It provides RWA dApp developers with connectivity and powerful tools, allowing them to focus on building their applications without managing IoT complexities. So Chirp is another really cool one, powered on Sui. It's going to be on the Sui network. So guys, they actually launched their app called Cage. Welcome to Cage, where every wireless signal you uncover earns you Chirp tokens and gives you the chance to maximize rewards. But this is the Cage overview. How many cell networks are using it? Totally crazy, like 19 million. Total Bluetooth networks, 656 million. Total Wi-Fi networks, 262 million. Absolutely insane statistics. So you can get the Cage app, Kage. You can scan it here. I guess it's not on iOS yet, maybe. I'm not sure. It says on Google Play. And start using it, check it out, and start earning some tokens. Chirp DY is setting records as one of the fastest growing DePINs in Web3. In less than 24 hours since we launched work, 1.1 million people are mining Chirp tokens. Help us build innovative IoT and geolocation solutions that strengthen our ecosystem and token. DePIN with real world utility is here. Join us, guys. What I also really like about Chirp, now I'm not 100% confident in this, but it seems to be also confirmed by CoinGecko. But if anyone thinks I'm incorrect here, let me know in the comments below. But I do believe, last time I talked to the founder of this, which was like 6 months ago, so it could have changed. But at the time, what they were going to do was unlock all the tokens from all the investors and everything on day one, including us. So no vesting schedule, no cliff like other projects do when they raise money from VCs. And, a lot of people are concerned that it's going to have a huge dump and there's not going to be a lot of, blah, 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 no pump and stuff. But the nice thing is, guys, with Chirp is there's no more dumping coming from investors or from advisors or whatever. All tokens are in circulation right now. And anyone who wanted to sell sold already. And so in my opinion, this is probably where the chart bottoms out. Maybe, at 5 million, to me, this seems like a no-brainer. Again, not investment advice. All right, guys, the next one is Solo Tech, one of the sponsors of today's video. I'm not an investor in this yet, but I do think it's a great project. I'm very, very proud to be working with them. So powering the internet of agentic DePIN mining. So it's taking the two really trendy narratives, DePIN and agents, and Solo is a first agentic DePIN mining chain. It's actually its own blockchain. It's built on Optimism's superchain and powered by Caldera and Hyperlane, creating an ecosystem of AI agent-centric transactions and DePIN mining, guys. So it's actually like its own blockchain, which is huge. It's called the Solo chain, right? And it's a transaction and DePIN mining layer 2 rollup, allowing users to mine and launch projects with seamless DePIN integrations, equitable mining curves, and AI agent mechanisms to redefine the internet. So again, building its own infrastructure that people will be using. And because as you can see for the token, you got incentivization. So network participants earn tokens by performing transactions on Solo chain and can launch projects through mining curve launches. You can stake Solo tokens and tokenize DePIN assets for network verification and boosted mining rewards. And Solo provides developer tooling and SDKs to easily build integrations of AI agent mechanisms into DePIN solutions. So Solo says over here on their post, explore, launch, and mine decentralized internet. As simple as earn Solo by interacting with Solo chain, stake tokenized DePIN assets for boosted rewards, join mining pool for token launches, and let AI agents optimize your strategy. Very, very cool. All right, this is really interesting too. They also have their own version, like Koii, of Pump.fun, but it's called mining.fun. And while Pump.fun is full of rug pulls and scams and insiders, they're doing some really interesting stuff over here. One of these is called equitable distribution. Tokens are shared based on real participation and contributions to the network. This means those who join in project launches receive rewards. By distributing tokens fairly, we avoid problems like speculative pre-sales or private sales, where insiders might get early access and manipulate token prices. So it's really, really cool what they're doing over here. And transparency, community building, they're creating this whole kind of network effect of anyone who's bullish on Solo or any of the other projects launching there that are giving out tokens also are going to hear about the new tokens that are launching because the existing holders will get airdrops from those. And so they'll talk about them as well. And so that helps with community building. Very, very smart idea. It goes off this idea that hard work gets rewards, and that's exactly what you want in a project, to build these communities and have people who are holding their bags to talk about this project. And guys, as you can see, we had a really, really great start with an amazing pullback. So this is the daily chart, and you can see there's 86% pullback right now from all-time highs. So really good opportunity here if this is something that you're really interested in. And it's sitting at a 3.5 million FDV. Like, of course it could go to zero, but risk to reward up here is pretty dang good. If you've been watching me for a long time, you know that I'm a huge fan of Aioz. It launched on paid network. It did crazy multiples. You're up like 85x or something if you invested in the paid and the sale on paid. And what Aioz has been doing is they've been building DePIN layer 1 using the Cosmos infrastructure since like 2019 or something like that, or 2017 or something crazy. And why I really like that is because while a lot of other people jump on the hype and they make a website and they tell you that their thing does all this stuff, when in reality, maybe they even haven't started developing yet, or they're super early in development. Aioz has been building forever, and they have a huge team of I think it's like 35 or 100 developers building amazing technology. And what Erman, the founder, told me one time is, he said, Kyle, basically all of the services that Amazon provides, like Amazon Web3 services, Amazon streaming services, Amazon AWS, Amazon storage, Aioz has built a decentralized version of all of those things. And because it's decentralized and because there's no central entity taking profit out of the equation, the cost to the end user is way less. Like I think it's like 90% less or something than using Amazon services. Because it's decentralized, you don't have to rely on centralized servers. So your uptime is going to be higher, probably 100% uptime. And people are starting to use it quite a lot, Aioz, and it works really well. So you see, it could do AI, storage, streaming, and IPFS, which is also storage, all the NFT pictures are actually stored on IPFS, but Aioz does a better version of it, guys. So also you can stake and earn, or you can run a node and earn Aioz tokens. Really, really cool. They also partnered with NVIDIA as well in their acceleration program. This was a really cool blog post written January 1st, 2024, a monumental year for Aioz Network. You can go check this out if you want to. Go to aioz.network and then blog and read the whole thing, but just a huge year for it. So Wealth Wave Crypto sums it up quite nicely over here. It says, recent months have been phenomenal for Aioz, as Aioz surpassed the $1 mark, which would put it at the $1 billion market cap. And the momentum didn't stop there. Aioz is now available on Revolut, enabling seamless transactions across 36 countries. This is great for mainstream adoption. This is kind of like the equivalent, this is like the European equivalent of Robinhood, for example. This milestone highlights Aioz's growing global influence in the crypto space. Very, very bullish. Aioz is now listed on the Revolut app. And also they've got something called Brawl AI Layer, has integrated Aioz Web3 stack, or Web3S, for decentralized storage, utilizing its built-in CDN, which CDN is a content delivery network, powered by over 200,000 Aioz DePINs. Brawl Layer AI is an AI-powered Layer 3 built on Solana. What? A Layer 3 built on Solana? That's crazy. Offering advanced generative AI infrastructure and tools for building AI agents and AI-powered dApps. With integrations spanning 30-plus AI projects and rapidly growing ecosystem, Brawl AI Layer is establishing itself as an ambitious force in Web3 AI innovation. This W3S integration will boost storage scalability and improve data management efficiency on the platform. So being integrated into a lot of real-world infrastructure. And Hitesh over here says, Aioz demand grows via Web3 services, dApp integrations, disinflation, DCDN adoption, and scalable, decentralized smart contracts. Deep dive in Aioz tokenomics today and understand the project better. This post was made on December 6th from hitesh.eth if you want to go read it in more detail. And also another good thing is because the token launched in 2021, all the investors are unlocked, all the team is unlocked, everyone's unlocked. So you're not going to get any more inflation coming from investors, no more VC dumps on you and these kind of things. Right? And it's traded on Coinbase and everything like that. It's probably, my guess goes, maybe goes on Robinhood soon or something, but it's on Coinbase, Bybit, KuCoin, etc. And I think this thing, in my opinion, still has a lot more potential upside. And you do have a pullback from all-time highs. All-time highs were about $265. Wow. but that was after launch, but still 70% down from all-time high, but getting really good traction here, guys. Really, really good traction. All right, guys, I hope you learned a lot about what DePIN is because it's a huge opportunity, and I think it's a sector that will explode in this bull run, and now you're better prepared for it. I'll catch you guys in the next one.